Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dave TV. What's this here? Where am I going here? Where am I going? Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. After 50 years as a player, coach, and broadcaster, Sam Huff retires from the Washington Redskins. Yeah, man. Well, yeah. He retires from the Redskins radio station. Doesn't really retire from the Reds. I guess you could say he was employed by the Redskins since the Redskins own the radio station. Hi, welcome to Dave TV. It's the 22nd of June, 2013. So it's late last night. You know, I'm out partying hardy like on a Friday night, and I come home and check around, and there's a thing from a couple people saying, "Hey, Sam Huff is leaving the Redskins radio." You know, remember the olden days back when the Redskins were good, and they were on a really good radio station. It was on WJFK. They were known as the Superstation. And they had Howard Stern on in mornings, and they had Don and Mike on in afternoons. And the station got great ratings, and had the Redskins. You know, the Redskins were on WJFK for a long time, and they had Sonny, Sam, and Frank. Sonny, Sam, and Frank. Sonny Jurgensen, Sam Huff, and Frank Herzog as the Redskins broadcast team. And it was just like, you know, the Redskins were pretty good back then. And, hey, you know, that was it. And today, so anyhow, you know, Sam Huff is getting up there in age. And I guess there's been a lot of comments that, you know, hey, he just isn't quite as sharp as he used to be and all that. So, you know, last season, you know, he only did some of the games. He did the home games and just a couple of away games. And, you know, there's talks that he's being pushed out. And then there's the story today in the slim, teeny, tiny Washington Post, the rapidly dying Washington Post. Thin. How big is the sports section today? It's 5 pages of sports. 5 pages. No, okay, there is a Nationals ad at the bottom there. That's it. And then there's, look, Paul Farhi. He's on the front page of the sports section. Writing the story that Dan Snyder should have gotten. Instead of writing a story that Eric Wemple should have gotten. So anyhow, Redskins, basically the big story is that Huff is out. And, you know, it looks like Brian Mitchell, again, will probably be de facto replacement. And, you know, of course, Larry Michael now instead of Frank Herzog. That was many moons ago. I don't know. You know, it's inevitable, I guess. And, you know, how much longer till Sonny's out, too. But you got to wonder, you know, here's the deal with this. This story broke last night. And, of course, on a Friday night, which, you know, anytime you release anything on a Friday night, they always say it's like you want to bury it. You don't want anyone to know it. So the Redskins press office probably said, just release it late Friday night. Now, you know, if there was a release that came out, and according to Paul Farhi's article, there was a release that came out and has a quote here from Sam in it. I didn't get it. You know, nobody sends it to me. Now, that's common. Clear Channel, for example, never, ever, ever sends me their press releases. They never do. And Red Zebra, I guess, is the same way. They own WTEM 980. They just don't send me the press releases. You know, and that's okay. I usually just I hear from somebody or I get a source, and I usually follow things down. But it's just, you know, hey, you got to look at this radio station. I don't know. And again, you look at, you know, Paul Farhi's piece here. He's always, you know, the company that owns ESPN 980 AM. Well, of course, they're on 980 AM, but they're also on 92.7 and 93, 94.3. 92.7, 94.3. So anyhow, yeah, no, whatever. Okay, all right. There we go. So it's like, well, Paul, we'll give you the article, and we won't tell Dave about it. So you'll get the scoop, and and when Dave gets mad and emails us, we'll just tell Dave, oh, we sent it to you. Oh, didn't we send it to you? We love the Washington Post. You're dying just like our radio station. Look at WTEM. Look at WTEM. I mean, it's 980 AM is their main signal. AM, it's a crappy AM signal. Crap. And then they've got these two rimshot FMers, one in Warrenton and one in Prince Frederick, Maryland. You know, I was talking to one of the head honchos at WTEM a while back, and I said, you know, what's with these signals? And he says, well, you know, nobody at Redskins Park out there in Ashburn can hear 980 AM. So we got to be on 94.7 or 94.3. So at least I can hear the damn radio station out here at Redskins Park, way out there in Ashburn, you know, which is kind of, you know, the middle of the suburbs today. You know, it's a radio station that, if you look at the latest ratings for WTEM, now this is the money demo for last week, or for the first week of June, 18th place. 18th place, battling that head-to-head battle there with WJFK over there at CBS, the other sports talker in town, at 17th place. So here are these two big stations battling each other for 17th and 18th place. But here's the pathetic thing. You look at WTEM mornings, 24th place in the money demo. And they settle for that. That's okay. I mean, we're a major sports talker in Washington, and we're piping in Mike and Mike off the satellite and some deal with ESPN, and we'll settle for 24th place in the money demo. That's fine. That's fine with us. Good. We don't care. We just don't care. You know, okay, the best rating on the station is Tony Kornheiser in 12th place, and Tony's not there half the time. You know, half the time you punch up and he's away. He goes away for the whole summer practically. So, you know, and then 19th in afternoons, 19th. And you know what? That's okay for the station. They really, you know, it's baffling. You've got to sit back and say, this is the kind of, what's even worse than the fact that that's how good the station performs is that's okay. We're satisfied with that. We're 24th place in mornings and we love it. You know, now WTEM does get, I guess it gets okay in terms of the revenue numbers because you got the Redskins on the station. They're a huge money drag. And even when they're on a piece of crap radio station like WTEM is, with a piece of crap signal, with low-rated programming, you still can make a lot of money because the Redskins are such a money magnet, you know. But I don't know, man. So I just kind of rant and rage about this. And then we've got, look, Paul Farley again in the dying Washington Post Saturday section. Broadcasting their discontent. You know, FishbowlDC, what was it, a couple days ago? Not a Betsy Rothstein piece, because, you know, she's on the way out over there. But one of their other flackies over there pens this piece up, does this tour of NPR. NPR probably thinks, let's give select members of the media a tour of our beautiful new studios and da-da-da-da-da, you know, with beehives on the roof that make the roofs green and all that. And then they write up a piece, and of course they get the Drudge link. That's the only way FishbowlDC, by the way, can get any traffic is a Drudge link. That's true. It's a lonely little place. A lot, you know, it's not Wonket, it's lonely FishbowlDC. So anyhow, they get the write up, and we play it up. You know, I play it up because hey, it's funny. You know, here's NPR trying to get publicity for their wonderful place, and now it's just turning against NPR with all the crazy righty drudgies slamming NPR for being, you know, a bunch of liberal tax-paying dolts or tax-sucking up dolts, and here's the crazy place they built and all this other stuff. And then you even got Jim Farley. You got Paul Farhi even mentions Jim Farley here, head of WTOP, tweeting that WAMU builds a news palace. They built a news palace and they need taxpayer dollars. Well, you know, Farhi, WTOP is a top-rated all-news station, but their only major competition is WAMU, which is an NPR affiliate. they're getting beaten. They're beating each other over the head in the ratings with WAMU. So Farley's mad at WAMU, so he has to get his little digs in. It looks bad for Farley. Looks bad for Farley to go slamming NPR like this because it makes it look like he's really worried about WAMU. Farley. Keep your mouth shut about NPR. I mean, you don't like them, and I realize that, but it makes you look bad when your pal Paul Farhi quotes you. God. It's just you want to wash your hands after reading all this Farhi stuff. But anyhow, the Washington Post figures, well, if FishbowlDC got all those drudgies, maybe we can get a drudge link too, and I don't know. Jump on it a couple days later. And then you got to say, what's even worse than that? The worse than that, Howard Kurtz going to Fox News. I mean, what a washed-up person. He leaves the Washington Post. I like Howie. He's a good writer. But then he goes to the Daily Beast. Then he gets blasted out of there because whatever. Then now he's going to Fox News. He went to CNN for a while. Now he's going to Fox News. David Zurawik, the media hack who writes the Baltimore Sun's media column. Why they still have that guy there, I don't know. Writes a piece on how wonderful it is that Howard Kurtz is going over to the wonderful Fox News. He'll bring some enlightenment over there to this horrible channel. And, Zurawik just is desperate. This is his last claim to fame as a media, scribe. He's working for the crappy Baltimore Sun, a piece of crap Tribune paper. And his last claim to fame is Farley's tugging on Farley's coattails. Tugging on Howard Kurtz's coattails. Howie, please, Howie, take me with you to Fox. At least have me on your Fox News show, please. I love you, Howie. And writes up this piece. It's so obvious. It's so obvious that that's what he's doing. It's this bad. Who was it? Somebody said something like, media reporters are either really good or really, really. I'm telling you, we got a class of media reporters in this market, from Betsy Rothstein, Paul Farhi, David Zurawik. Man, they're bad. Man, they're horrible. God. And you look at just the way and Farhi doesn't like me. I know that, and he loves to dig at me. He probably knew. Hey, I'm going to mention FishbowlDC in the fourth paragraph of this piece here, and it's going to make me mad. And it did, but you got to sit back and just go, wow. So anyhow, tip of the old camo cap, which I don't have here with me, to Sam Huff. I do like Sam. I think he's great. I think Herzog was great, and I love Sonny Jurgensen. And I honestly, I don't hate Larry Michael either. And I do think WTEM has some good people on it. But man, it's like a badly run station. And if you're going to be releasing news like this, like Sam Huff, how about treating the press fairly? You screw people over, and they remember it. All right, folks. Thanks for this. Thanks for indulging me for Dave TV for the 22nd of June, 2011, 12, 13. Book 'em, Dano.